Hi everyone, my name is Panos. For whoever doesn't know me, my background is in finance. I have been actively involved with crypto and the XRPL, especially XRPL, since 2016. I'm also an author of a book called Understanding the Crypto Economy. And now for about a year, co-founder and CEO at Anodos. So first I will talk a little bit about us and what we do, and then I'll give you a DeFi outlook, the current state of DeFi. So Anodos, what is Anodos? We are, in the Web2 world, you can say a fintech company. In the Web3 world, you can say Web3 software company, or a DeFi project mainly. And we're trying to build a user-friendly gateway to on-chain finance. So we see a big problem which still persists today, which is that DeFi is still very complex and inaccessible to the average user. So there is a lot of complexity from onboarding and creating wallets to the management of private keys, and then buying your first tokens, having to sign up for multiple exchanges, and then having to interact with dApps and DeFi protocols. So we want to basically solve that by simplifying access and also interaction with generally Web3, but with a big focus on DeFi. And we are trying to do that by basically building a suite of products and applications, and with several partners and integrations. We currently have 3 solutions. We have Anodos Swap, which connects together with Anodos Portfolio. And it's a one-stop platform which basically allows you to interact with the XRPL. We have integrated the XRPL's AMM, and also you can place orders on the limit order book DEX, which exists since 2012. You can also on-ramp and off-ramp, and basically it's a one-stop for an XRPL user to do everything, as well as manage their XRPL account. And finally, we have also Anovault, which we built it because all over the years we had many people coming at us and saying, I want to get into crypto, I want to invest, but it's still too complex to me, I don't want to get into that complicated stuff. They were telling us let me give some money and invest it for me, and that's a big no. So we focused and built a platform like a decentralized multi-chain platform where anyone can basically take exposure into crypto in a couple of minutes. So we simplify basically crypto investing, and we create basically portfolios with different asset allocations on chain, so people can actually follow them through smart contracts. So that's what we are doing, and we also have some other plans over the next year to build more tools to complement each other, with a big focus on tokenization and payments. That's Anodos. Our end goal is to make blockchain invisible for the end user, and I think that should be a goal for every Web3 project, because if we don't make it invisible, then mass adoption will not come. We need to take out the complexities, and basically our goal is that in the end, as an industry, there will be no distinction between Web2 and Web3. It will just be money and value flowing like information does today on the internet. So that's Anodos, and let's talk a little bit about DeFi and the current state. So DeFi DVL is again on the rise. Basically, there's an uptrend since the end of 2023, over $80 billion in total value locked, excluding stable coins, of course. The decentralized exchanges to centralized exchanges spot volume ratio is near all-time high from May 2023, which is the all-time high. But we basically see an increasing interest in self-custody as a whole. So more and more users want to take control of their assets. DeFi protocols are also dominating in revenue generation. So across all the sectors in the crypto industry, DeFi protocols are the ones that generate the most revenue and fees. And of course, stablecoins are now above $170 billion, mainly collateralized stablecoins. So we are again in an all-time high. So more and more big players are also, we have PayPal, now Ripple that is also launching a stablecoin. So more and more big players are launching and also utilizing stable coins. And real-world asset tokenization, a big market as well, which is also at over $12 billion. And we are seeing big players like BlackRock and Franklin Templeton basically bringing finance on-chain, focusing a lot on tokenized treasuries and tokenized funds. And also DeFi gives both to retail investors and institutions a great alternative to capture yield, higher yield than the traditional markets. So as a whole, DeFi has the potential to become the first true global, open and self-sovereign financial ecosystem, covering both retail and corporate services, and covering basically the main use cases that have main pain points in the traditional finance. And let's talk about the XRP ledger. But many people don't know that the XRPL has been actually the OG DeFi chain. So it has like the first decentralized exchange in history, launched in 2012. And unfortunately, many people don't know that, as well as many great features like tokenized assets, stable coins. It was the first blockchain to introduce these features, and later more features like escrows, multi-sign, and many great features you can also utilize today. So for the last couple of years, we are seeing a big focus on DeFi, especially around institutional grade DeFi. We saw the automated market maker being launched back in March. And there are also many other upcoming developments and amendments. The lending protocol as well is a big one. And we have decentralized identities and oracles already developed and ready to be voted. And finally, some DeFi metrics from last month. We have like the total transactions last month were over 50 million, unique active wallets over 100,000, users that interacted with XRPL apps were around 10,000. The AMM volume, $2.8 million. XRPL locked in the AMM pools were 12.3 million XRP. 36,000 deposits, and finally 148 AMM pools were created last month. It's not, you don't have, yeah, that's all basically. It's just a thank you, and if you have any questions, I will answer.
As you're working on very, very closely with DeFi, I think across different chains, what would you say those numbers for the XRP ledger aren't huge? So what do you think are some of the big challenges that the XRP ledger faces?
I think that a big problem is when it comes to like projects with UI and UX. We are seeing like there's not a lot of quality, let's say, in XRPL apps. Many projects, many apps basically don't focus on great user experience, so it's still complicated for most to like on board. And then I would say maybe there, in terms of the AMM, because they exist for years, the XRP was a little late on that. So, and it works a little different compared to other chains. So when a new crypto user comes to the XRPL, they see like a little different process. And especially for XRPL wallets, for example, there is some friction with trust lines, for example, with the reserves, something that the average crypto user isn't used to. For example, you've created a MetaMask or any other crypto wallet. You're just ready to onboard. You have a wallet. You don't have like to fund it for the reserves or to have to add a trust line for every single token. So there is some friction there, and this have made it more difficult for users to interact on XRPL.
Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, then thank you very much for
Thank you.